Man, listen, welcome back to another podcast, man. I got a special guest here, man. Listen, I got a lot of questions to ask him. I want to know his story, and I also want to know why is it that he run. All right, let's get right into it, man. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on,
Oh,
man.
man.
Excited,
Tell them who you are and what you do.
So, SedricHudson, originally from Baytown, Texas.
Come on.
Currently, I am in the real estate business. So, I'm a real estate expert and former educator.
Come on.
Husband.
Come on.
Father.
Come on.
Dreamer.
Entrepreneur. Yes.
Creator, builder, man of faith, man, all those things, all above. But again, professionally, I'm in the real estate industry. So right now, myself and my wife, we're venturing into the investment developing side of it.
I got you.
So trying to create that generational wealth,
Come on. That's where it's at right there. Because I tell people, if you got one stream of income, too close to zero.
Yeah.
So you better be getting it.
Yeah. So right now we're trying to create those multiple streams of income, but as well as teach our kids how to do that, something we can pass on to
them. Man, I love that, man. One thing I do love that I seen on your platform is the running and the shoes and let's break that down. Like you running for a cause. That's what it seems like to me.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you got a lot of shoes you giving away. Explain that. I don't really know. That's why I'm trying to ask you.
So right before we jumped on, we were just talking about your big dreams, what you see coming.
Yeah.
That's kind of the stage I am in the running.
Okay.
It's a dream that's starting to manifest itself, right?
Okay.
So I've been a runner since high school. Those of you that from Baytown, you went to Baytown Lee, you know some of those coaches all too well. So if you played basketball, right after basketball season was over, coach was like, "Hey, y'all running cross country.
Y'all gonna get it.
Y'all gonna get it. Whether you want to do it or not, you running cross country. Stay out of trouble. Keep your grades up. Stay in shape. All the above.
Come on.
And so I'm from a family of runners, but that right there kind of got me into running, and I just kind of kept with it. So in college, started running a little bit more. After I graduated college, I was just then it became part of my lifestyle. Right, so running became just part of my lifestyle. Staying healthy, health and fitness. Again, that background in education. I spent 8 of my 15 years in education as a PE teacher. Okay. And as a director for PE, and so
that transition seems like to go from real estate to that seems like a little.
Well, a lot of brokers and a lot of real estate industry professionals say that teachers make some of the best realtors. So
I got you.
Because it's all about education, right? You're not selling, you are educating.
If
you educate people, you do a lot more selling than trying to sell people.
And that's what I'm saying. And people buy you before they buy anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's the whole key.
Yeah. So with that running, so again, I started off just doing it for leisure. It became part of my lifestyle. I started to enjoy it, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and challenge myself because I'm out here in this heat.
I like that.
Running. So I started to run marathons. And then I told myself, you know what? I want to continue to challenge myself. So I said, well, why not just run a marathon in every state? So right now, that's the venture that I'm on. My goal is to run a marathon in every state. I ran 10 marathons. I'm currently training for my next marathon, which is going to be in about 3 weeks in Eugene, Oregon. And then the family and I will be in Mississippi in May, and then I'll do probably 2 more in the fall. But even with that, it was like, okay, I'm running now. I have goals set, but it's not just about me.
So it's about somebody else.
Yeah, how can I pour into others? Everything anyone does is better if you're doing it with a purpose. It's better if you're doing life with other people.
Yes.
It's better if you're pouring into others, right? It gives meaning behind it. So I said, well, again, my background in PE as a teacher, I'm running. My kids, we got 2 boys, 5 and 4. They've already taken on this running.
They ready.
They run with me. If you see some of my posts on my social media, my oldest 5-year-old, he runs with me to train because he wants to be a runner like that.
I love it. Right? I love it.
But as when I run, man, God just gives me so many visions. It's like a time of meditation. It truly is. And so God was like, well, you might as well give back to kids and just inspire others, So
man,
I can only do so much. I said to myself, why not start a nonprofit to where I can provide something to kids out in the world, places that I go and run. And so I'm in the process of starting the nonprofit. Profit. It's not completed. Nonprofits, they take a while sometimes to get established, but it's coming. It's going to be called Inspired Runners.
Okay.
So Inspired Runners. So right now I just have a GoFundMe where I try to raise those funds. But when I go to certain cities that I run in, I look for low income, low socioeconomic, traditionally marginalized schools.
I like that.
and I provide 26 pairs of shoes for the 26.2 miles that I run in marathons to kids who are less fortunate, don't have the resources. They wanna live a life of health and fitness, but they may not just have the means to get those things. And so
how you finding those? 26? Like how you exactly?
So the way that I'm doing it is, first I'm located in the school.
Okay.
So I go out, you go to normally the state website, state school website. You can look at numbers and figures and things of that nature.
I got you.
And it tells me schools that are in need. Then I reach out to those principals of those schools.
Okay.
And I say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I wanted to do to impact kids in the community.
And so how's the response when it comes to that?
Right now, again, I'm just getting started.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was a vision that's just getting started up.
So once they get to know you, then it's gonna be a wrap in a minute.
Yeah, so I reached out to a principal at an elementary in Oregon. I'm waiting to get the full feedback back, but those administrators know those kids who are in needs in their schools, right? Like they know, who's on free and reduced lunch, who's on our reports that show that they're in need, who's needy, whatever the case may be. And so I'm leaning and partnering with administrators and teachers at those schools to say, hey, here are the 26 kids that we have that really need.
I got you.
And just starting there again.
Okay, I got you.
I see it. I'm like you. I see it as something bigger, but I'm just trying to do my small part. And
then listen, we all got a little piece that we gotta feel.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to tell people, what's your piece of the world that you want to feel?
Yeah.
Because when we line everything up, we're like, boom. So look, you transition from PE teacher to real estate. So what's been some of the hustle and the grind that's been pushing you to keep going? Because I know real estate can be daunting a little bit.
It can, and I'll say this because I think that there's some misconception out there when it comes to real estate. Like, oh, of course he left education to go to real estate. Why wouldn't he? There's so much money into.
I got you.
First and foremost,
come on.
I didn't leave for the money. That's the first thing. That's not what motivates me.
Let's go.
That's first and foremost. Second, it was definitely God who led me from education to real estate. It wasn't even a choice that I made. I was completely happy with what I was doing.
I got you.
I loved education. I loved what I was doing. I loved what I was a part of. But if I'm being completely open and honest, it was a few bad decisions on my part.
Okay.
And a lot of God's grace and favor.
Cool.
That moved me to that space. And so now it is a hustle.
Oh yeah, it's a hustle.
I've been in real estate for going on 9 years now. Okay. But last year was my first full year as a real estate agent. And so I knew a lot, and I'm gained a lot of knowledge over the years, but now it being our main source of income, it's a lot more pressure. So it's forced me to go out and be active and be seen and learn and engage. And I think with that though, I think that's very important for people to know though, because you've been on this whole year journey. People need to know, like, I already know one of the things is been putting people in that pipeline. Yeah. Because some people might not be ready right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as many people you can stick in that pipeline, absolutely, your success is gonna come because they're gonna pop out eventually. So I mean, so the transition, like, are you was you scared to go full time? Like, what was your mindset? I don't know if I would use that word scared. Okay. There were. Anytime it's changed, it creates some discomfort, right? So there was some discomfort, but there were some things that just happened where I just got this sense of clarity, this sense of reassurance, and I've been riding that wave, man, because the last year, like you said, with the market change, interest rates going up, things have changed in the real estate world, and not already having that consistent pipeline established. My confidence has been tested, and so I'm just continuing to believe in what was placed in my heart and in my spirit, and I'm just riding that thing out.
So I like to talk about your confidence. So when running these marathons, let's talk about that real quick. Running these marathons, I'm pretty sure your confidence being tested because. I mean, listen, I only run 3 miles a day and I'm happy.
Hey, listen, that's awesome, man.
I'm happy with my 3.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do too many. I'm happy with my 3. But how your confidence been tested when you be running though?
Man, to be honest, running is more mental than it is the physical. Okay. It's way more mental than it is the physical. I've gone to so many races, whether it's 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, and you can't help but to sometimes compare yourself to others. So I'm looking around, I'm like, all right, well, I know I got you. Yeah. I got you. I'm going to get you. And then you start running and you realize, man, listen. Look,
I don't know who I got.
Just like sports, we played in high school.
Yes.
Sports will humble you,
it will
right?
Humble you.
As soon as you think one thing, it'll show you another. So
yes.
running has no shape, size, gender, age on it. I mean, I've seen people 2-3 times my weight that I can't keep up with. That, you know, so it's a mental test.
I got you.
And that's helped me in business, in my relationship, you know, with my family and my wife, because it tests that mental side of you. And so I practice those same things as far as strengthening my mental state in other areas a lot.
So I see you on one of my guys. I love my guy, Larry Brooks.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my.
We just on the call. About 2 hours ago.
Yeah, that's one of my guys, man. Man, how was it working with him? Because I know he know the game of real estate.
Yeah, he does. You know? I think Larry's been in real estate. We had this conversation not too long ago because he and I. So we travel to Austin every so often. Okay. You know, I work with their brokerage, Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, and we opened up a branch in Austin that I'm managing. And so we go down to the real estate school there together. We speak at the real estate school, and so we have quite a bit of time to speak. But I think he's been in the game for 20 plus years. Yeah. He does know the game, and it's great working with him. What he presents in real estate at this point is totally different from the traditional. Ooh, so he's really a master of marketing. Yes. Your brand. Your brand is everything. And your business. And so I'm trying to pick up some of those skills. And for those of you out there, I got to throw a little plug. I believe if you look him up, Larry Brooks, you can go to any social media site, type in Larry Brooks. I believe they're having a real estate party coming up on the next Friday, which I believe is 24th. Yeah. So it's free. Go ahead and go. It's gonna be nice. Right? Hey man, that's the word, free. I'm free. Yeah. You know, people like free. People like it's free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everything. This is the problem I tell people. I don't like free because free people pay when they pay attention. When they get it for free, they feel like they just chilling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So look, I have a couple more questions I want to ask you too, because I think this is very important because I want people to dive into your mindset. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna kind of pivot back to 26 shoes. So I'm a numbers guy. So $2,600, $100 a shoe. That's what we're looking at. All right. So every marathon you run, you basically need to get $2,600 so you can give away the 26 shoes. Yeah. So my mindset is thinking like, how can we, the people, you know, me and my wife big on like giving. Yeah. How can we be able to, you got the website set up yet? Or are you getting it? So right now it's a GoFundMe.
Okay, it's a GoFundMe.
But you can access that GoFundMe through any of, my two main social media platforms. So you can find me on Instagram, Cedric_the Realtor. Cedric is spelled SEDRIC _ the Realtor.
I got you.
Or you can go to my Facebook, SedricHudson, have links on both of my on my pages there to the GoFundMe to contribute. And that's where we're at right now until we get that.
Yeah, because I think it's important because people like myself, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really put my money in church no more. Yeah. But I put my money in people. Yeah. I put my money in help. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting it in other people.
In church.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm real big on like, okay, this is something I can donate to. Or okay, I see a walking mom with her kids. Maybe I could pull over and give her $100, $200. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my mind is at.
Yeah, that's huge.
On that kind of stuff. You know, because my mom was struggling when we was younger. So I'm like, man, how can I give back to the next generation of moms that's walking around with all these kids? So going forward, mindset, real estate, where you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Like, and I like to talk about this, reverse engineer. Like, how many sales you trying to do a month or per year?
I like that. So if we're talking 3 to 5 years, I would like to be doing at minimum 10 a month.
Okay, that's good.
So at minimum 10 a month, which is way above
your average agent. I already know.
You know, I go to goal setting seminars, goal setting workshops. And so we've talked about, well, what are my goals financially, physically, spiritually, socially, emotionally in the next 3 to 5 years? Yes. And so it's a number on it. We'll just say 10 a month. Okay, 10 a month. Figure out whatever that is.
You know,
what those numbers look like.
Don't count his pockets now. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the goal on the sales side. Eventually, I want to have my own brokerage.
I got you.
I want to have.
That's a 5-year plan, though, huh? You got to at least be a realtor for 5 years.
Well, I've been in real estate for 9 years.
Oh yeah, so you
so I'm eligible right now.
Yeah, it's about the position.
I have I already have the LLC, the brokerage name. Oh, yeah, It's ready to go. It's just a matter of when it's time to pull that trigger. Again, another great shout out right now, Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. They're giving me a great opportunity to run the branch in Austin. So that's giving me some experience on establishing and running a brokerage, if you will.
I like that because I tell people all the time, You need a GPS. They say, why? Because you need a mentor. Let's explain.
Yeah.
If we going to Dallas and we don't have no GPS and we trying to find somebody's house.
Yeah.
How long gonna take us to find it?
Gotta go back to that map quest.
Yeah, map quest. Now, if I had a GPS to tell me how long it take it to get there, it tell me when I'm arrived. Same with a mentor. So how important is a mentor for people? Let's talk about that a little bit.
A mentor is huge, and I'll be honest. There was years up until the last couple of years. I just did not see the benefit.
Oh, come on,
mentor. If I'm being honest, I didn't.
That's true.
Because it's all about the growth mindset, right? I'm like, no, I got what it takes. I can do this. Like, I'm watching other people do it. I can do it, but not knowing what other people are enduring or going through, or the mentors that they have while they're going through. But you bump your head enough times, you run into a wall enough times, you left without enough times, and you say, okay, why try to recreate the wheel of success?
Come on.
When it's right there in front of me.
Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, like why try to recreate it?
I'm with you.
Yeah, so I'm not about recreating. I'm about taking what's already established and then just making it.
I think people need to know that. People need to know that, man,
Yeah.
because this is the thing I tell people all the time. Like this year, I'm investing about $20,000 in just education on marketing and branding for myself.
Yes.
Because I teach others.
Uh-huh.
So I want to make sure that I'm well off. So you come to me and pay me $2,000. I didn't invest $30,000 in marketing and training. So the $2,000 you paying me, you really got the $30,000 worth of training. Plus, that's not including the money I spent the year before, the year. That's not including. You know what I'm saying? So people need to understand that whole mindset.
And that's huge. A lot of people don't. They want to get to the mountaintop, but they don't want to spend to get there. It costs to spend there. Now, again, and this is no knock on my wife, but it took her a while, and she's there now. When I first got into real estate, why do you have to spend on that? Why are you spending on this? Why you spend on $2,000 for a course? This much money for that? Y'all having a happy hour, you got to sponsor a few $1,000s for that? Like, it costs to get educated, to gain the knowledge, to put yourself in a position to excel. So I agree. I
tell people that all the time. I was like, man, listen, I got this building, and this building is a way for me to generate 6 figures a month. People don't understand. It's like they can barely see 6 figures a year.
Yeah.
Oh, So it's the whole mindset, it's the whole where you going, how you getting there, and trying to train yourself on that aspect of everything. So you marketing yourself, what making you different from other real estate agents?
So that's a great question that I think about all the time.
Okay.
Because a lot. So that breath was a relief. I like talking about this.
Okay.
A lot of realtors don't think about that. A lot of them are just like, oh, let me just get my license and go find the people that want to buy and sell. And
it ain't that easy.
And number one, it's not that easy. And number two, there's thousands and thousands of agents on every corner block doing the same thing that you're doing. So what separates you? That is huge. So I already have my core values within myself and for my brokerage when it's official.
Okay,
it's already established, right?
I got you.
But the 3 core values: build community, experience growth, establish legacy. Right. So what separates me, my expertise is teaching individuals, educating them.
I love it.
On home ownership, and then teaching them how to leverage home ownership in order to create generational wealth.
There we go.
Right. So it's not just about a number for me. Like, if you want your family to be wealthy, your kids to be wealthy, your kids to be their kids to be wealthy, and their kids, the number one way that it's been done in our world,
period,
from the beginning of its establishment, is real estate. And I can teach you how to do this. So we host real estate course right here across the street off of Imperial Valley.
Okay.
Two tall big black buildings right across the street.
Yeah. Right there.
So myself, I got a credit expert that I roll with, a young guy he's sharp. He's sharp. And we provide free, listen to this, I'm gonna say it again.
Come on.
Because here we go with that free.
That free thing.
Free credit repair.
Come on.
Now, the way that looks is the individual pays for it. So, and I say that because in the world that I've lived in, the communities that we've grown up in,
come on,
two problems that I run into with buyers.
Come on.
They don't have the funds.
Come on.
And they don't have the credit. My credit score is terrible and I don't have the money.
Yes, sir.
Right? But there's ways, so many ways around it. So again, myself, my credit repair guy, and my lender, we team up. We hold courses on the value that each of us brings and how we can serve you, show you how to get in a house with little to no money out of your own pocket.
I love it.
And if you don't have that credit, again, you pay my credit guy whatever it costs up front.
Yes.
But I reimburse you at the end of the sale any money that you spent back for your credit. Because again,
Man,
it's
come on, you can't beat that.
It's not about the money, right? But if I can help you get your credit to be pristine, get you in a home, and then continue to teach you how to leverage that.
I think it's the knowledge. I think people got to understand how important, and I tell people knowledge ain't power. The application of the knowledge is the power.
Yeah, there you go.
The knowledge ain't, a lot of us got knowledge.
We got it.
But we ain't applying it.
Yeah,
so once you apply the knowledge, once you apply it, then that's when you get the power.
Yeah.
You know, so I think what y'all doing is incredible, because then if somebody can, oh well, man, my credit is 550 or whatever, I don't know, and you can give me the 630 or 650, and this is the thing. I think people need to be patient.
Oh.
People not patient. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want this right now, right here. I tell people, man, they say, man, how you job free? I'm like, man, it took a lot of years of patience.
Yeah.
But I became job free because I reverse engineer my thinking and realized that what I was making at the railroad, I can make that on my own. I just got to reverse engineer on things that I'm selling.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the mindset that we got to have. I like to ask this question. What would you go back and tell your 13-year-old self so that today your life will look different?
See, when you say what would I tell myself, man, that's a loaded question, because I often think about what would I do differently. But what would I tell myself that my 13-year-old self would listen? You know, I wouldn't say that I was hard-headed. My mom might say different, but I wouldn't say that I was. I thought that I was a good kid. So, you know, I think that I would heed and listen to the advice. I would, oh man.
It's a good one.
It is, because it's easy to say it now, knowing what I'm doing, what I'm in, but the importance of a positive male role model. Go out and find yourself a positive male role model in your life. That's what I would tell myself. Go out and find. Listen, my mom did an exceptional job as a single parent, 4 kids. I'm thankful. I mean, listen, the man that I am today, I owe it to her.
Come on.
But if I could go back and tell myself, go and find you and latch on to, and they were always there. Don't get me wrong. They're pastor or whomever the case may be, but truly someone that is privy in the world of business, you know, relationships, all of those things. Go find that male role model, right? Not just some, you know, person that just to be there. Yes. But go find that business male role model and I think
that's why that's why I'm building my Swag On Foundation.
Oh.
And Swag On stands for Stop Wasting the Built-in Gifts on Nothing. And it's really for the young men to push them towards entrepreneurship. Because look, this is my thing. And me and my wife had this conversation. Do I pick the dude with 5 educations or do I pick the hustler?
Yeah.
Because the dude with 5 education, he might not have as much sense as the hustler. The hustler can know how to go get money, but he don't have no strategy. You know what I'm saying? So his hustle is there, but he don't have no strategy, which we call SOPs, standard operating procedures. He don't have that. But if he had that same hustle and strategy, I think he could be more successful, because school ain't for everybody. Not to say, you know, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of realtors, you got to go to school to get your real estate license, but did you go to get your 4-year degree, your bachelor's, your master's? You know, is by that. So what's your thoughts on like people educating themselves?
Like you said it very well. School's not for everyone, and I'm an advocate of education and the education system. Even though you know, yes, there's tons of parts of it that's broken. No matter what education system you look at. But I'm an advocate for it. Obviously, I spent 15 years putting my life towards that. But I also see the value in everything that we need to be the best version of us. Yes, it's in us. It's in us already.
Talk about it.
Right. So if you learn how to tap into that without the assistance of a system telling you how to do ABC, then go ahead and do that. Now, some people need that system.
That's true.
To guide them along.
That's true.
But not it, right? Some people are the Kobe and the Kevin Garnett and the Morris Adebayo. I get out of high school, I don't need.
I'm getting it.
I'm going to get it, right? But not everybody's there. Some people got to go get that 4 years before they get to the pros. And so I'm a proponent of both. I agree with you. Not school's not for everyone, but understand that school's for a lot of people. So you have to find out what's the best version for you.
Yes. I see you starting to do, I think, motivational speaking.
No, not really. You know,
so that wasn't. So that was you just speaking at you and Larry speaking at that school.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it was just speaking.
I mean, you know, I get if you. We can call it motivational speaking, right?
Yeah, because you got to pour inside.
I mean, yeah, exactly. What's the criteria for that? So
yes.
I mean, do I speak at tons of different places and avenues? Yes. Is it motivational? Yes. So I mean, I guess, but I don't deem myself a motivational speaker.
I got you.
I just speak on topics that I feel close to, that I'm knowledgeable about, that I'm passionate about, and I speak with passion when I speak about those topics.
So when it comes to mindset, now I want us to kind of dive into like entrepreneurship, because I think it's good for people to know, like, if I had to ask you 5 things people need to be a better entrepreneur, what would you say?
So consistency.
That's number one.
And this is in no particular order.
Yeah,
This is but consistency.
I got you.
Dedication, which is 2 different things, right?
Yes.
Consistency. Dedication.
Hold on. So we're gonna start. So tell me a little about consistency. Why is consistency so important?
Consistency is important because habits create routines.
Come on.
Routines create a lifestyle, right? And so if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to turn whatever you're doing into a lifestyle. It can't just be, I'm gonna just, do it when I, when it's necessary, when I don't have the money, when I really, really need it. Like, you got to take those, whatever order, those routines into habits, and those habits into lifestyle. And that comes through consistency. If you consistently do something over and over and over and over again, you're going to weather a lot of storms, but you're going to be used to functioning within those capacities. Say that again. And it won't be a problem.
So dedication though, now we're away from consistency. Was it when you go into the dedication part, what that look like?
So being dedicated to it is not letting outside factors, in my opinion, determine the means by how you go at it, right?
Oh, yeah,
what someone says. How somebody made you feel that day.
That's true.
And I'm not going, listen, I grew up in this, right? I'm mad. I ain't going to work today because I'm mad. Those kind of things, right? Yes. So taking that dedication, taking control of your mental capacity to put all of the cloudy stuff out of the way. And focus on what needs to be focused on. And it's difficult to do. Especially in today's world. Oh man, so many distractions.
Man, that phone is number one. Yeah, you can see yourself scrolling for about a good hour. You got to put that phone down.
It's ironic you say that. I was on a call today. I'm part of a 12-person leadership growth group. I was selected out of one of 12 for this organization, and it typically costs a few $1,000s, but the organizational leader said, hey, we're trying to find, we're finding people who are excelling in their profession, and we want to grow them more and partner with you. So again, I was one of the 12, and he talked about that today. He talked about getting rid of distractions, and the number one on the list, it was 7 of them, and the first thing it said, turn off your phone. Just turn it off. Just turn it off.
And I think we let that distract us so much. So give me 3 more. Mindset, because people need to know.
Man. So we said dedication.
Dedication, consistency. Yeah, so many of them.
And give me the question.
Okay, so the question is, all right, when it comes to your mindset, all right, what is 5 things that people need that can help them as an entrepreneur? Because you've been a full-time entrepreneur for years.
So we said the dedication, we said the mindset. I'm gonna go back to that mentor. You need a mentor. Listen, you need a mentor.
Yes.
You need a mentor. I don't care what capacity of entrepreneurship you're in. Do not try to do it yourself.
Yes.
So to that being said, not only do you need a mentor, but even more importantly, you need a team.
Ooh,
you have to have a team.
Learn how to delegate.
You have to have a team.
Come on.
You cannot do this thing on your own. No, nobody does anything on their own.
Nobody.
Right? Nobody. Now, we may see one person in the front of the screen, right? So we take Eric Thomas.
Come on.
Right? Largest motivational speaker in the world.
Boy got a team.
It's not just him. He ain't just waking up and because he's speaking
CJ's. Well. I know the whole team.
Yeah.
Them boys on a mission.
So you got to have a team. Yeah. And then so that's 4, and I'm gonna add, you have to have the education. You got to gain the knowledge in whatever it is that you're doing. There's realtors that have jumped into the business, and they want to jump right over a lot of the foundational pieces of learning about the business. And they're like, well, no, I'm gonna just do this, this, and this because it's less work on me. But no, you got to be well-versed, well-rounded, do all of the grunt work.
Yes.
So that you know what it's really about.
That's what people need to know. Do the grunt work.
Yeah, you have to.
Before I hired an editor on my videos, I know how to edit. I teach people how to edit. So matter of fact, the guy that's editing my videos, I taught him how to edit. Yeah. But he got to edit the way I need him to edit so that when I release the videos to him, he know what he needs to do. But that's the thing, do the grunt work. Everybody want to be like, man, you know, I'm gonna ride my bike, man. You ain't even crawl, you ain't even walk, man. You got to go through the steps. It's a step-by-step guide to get the success that you're looking for.
It is.
So legacy. Talk a little bit about legacy. How important is legacy to you?
Legacy is huge. I think that, you know, out of those 3 core values that I talked about earlier, mine, building community, experiencing growth, establishing legacy. For me, in the end,
come on,
you know, establishing legacy is most important. Now, along that journey, building community at some point is going to be most important. Experiencing growth is going to be most important. But overall, establishing legacy is most important because that's not about me. It's about my family.
And I say legacy is greater than currency.
Oh, yeah.
And then you said something earlier, and I tell people HOPE, acronym, help other people excel. Yeah. If you can help enough people get what they want out of life, he's just going to hand you what you want. It's just it becomes too easy, though.
Yeah, and that's, I believe is very, very true. But that legacy piece, as we were discussing, it is super important. I mean, what I can leave for those that are going to come after me is vital, man.
And I think it's important. That's why people say, why do I release videos every day? I said, it's just a catalog of content I'm releasing.
Oh, man, I like that. Yeah.
It's just a catalog of content I'm releasing so that when I'm out of here, you can say, man, that dude, Lloyd Christten, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, he wasn't just a motivator. This dude he had a whole facility teaching, educating, and motivating people. So you got a time capsule about this big, it's about this high. You can leave 3 things in there. 3 things. So we're going to bury it. Your last day on earth. You know you about to pass away. We're going to bury this in the ground. But we're going to pull this thing up 1,000 years later. What are those 3 things you want to leave in there so the world can remember you by?
Ooh, man. So you didn't tell me you was going to go that deep. A time capsule. I get to leave 3 things.
3 important things in there. The world need to remember. We're going to pull it out 1,000 years later. So this is who SedricHudson, this is who he is. What are 3 things you're going to leave in there? Man. Now, let me tell you my 3.
Maybe that'll spark. You can't ask me something.
One thing I'm going to leave is my book. So people can know how I thought. They're going to know this dude was an author. And I'm in the process of finishing 3 more. They're going to know how I thought. Second thing I'm going to leave is videos of me. And I don't know, I'm gonna try to leave different forms of video because I don't know, these days you consent us out, just don't know. But I want them to know these are what and I'm gonna leave a letter to talk about the mindset they should have to be successful.
Ooh, I like
them. Are 3 things I'm leaving in there because I want them to know the dude was an author. Then I want them to know like videos he done. And then I want them to know the letter that just talks about it. So what 3 things do you want to leave up in there?
That's still a tough, man. That is still such hey, he gave me a good one there. It's still tough. Yeah, you're still making it tough. When I leave, I think about this sometimes as well.
Okay.
So not necessarily a time capsule, but we're all leaving.
Yes.
And one of the things that I don't want to say that I worry about because I don't worry about it, but one of the things that I hope for is that when I leave, people know the real me.
Come on.
Right. And so when you mentioned that you would leave a letter, mine would just be a letter just about me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't want people to guess. I don't want people to.
You want them to know your thoughts and your words.
Yeah, allow their stories to leave my legacy and things of that nature. So I would probably do that.
A letter.
You know, it would be the one time that I can be 100% transparent and not have to worry about, so maybe that.
It's tough, man. It's three fire things.
That is tough.
So we know about. The reason why I asked this question because people don't think about it.
No, I'm gonna be honest.
They don't think about it, but it's important that we already understand, because every day we get up, we making a difference. That's why I try to tell people, every day I get up, I'm trying to post a video, I'm trying to post something that can inspire, motivate, it can touch your mindset. You know what I'm saying? So I need people to know it's important. This podcast is important because we're going to look back 5-10 years from now and be like, man, I remember he was in that little building. Now he got a 10,000 square foot building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's coming.
It's coming.
Man, I'm gonna have to come back to that.
Okay, we're going to come back to that one.
That one's tough.
Okay, so let's talk.
I'm like, I want it to be meaningful. I don't want to just throw something out there.
Come on.
Yeah,
okay, so what are you running from?
What am I running from? That's a good question, because we all running from something.
Come on.
The easy answer, I think, is, I wouldn't be shocked if you hadn't gotten this one before. People probably say fear. You know, that group that I was on this morning that I told you about, that leadership group, he asked a question to us and said, how do you see yourself as a real estate professional, and how do you think others see you as a real estate professional, and how does that match up? So this is kind of similar to the question you're asking me, like, what am I running from? And because my response to that question when I got asked that this morning was, you know, I see myself as a extremely effective, efficient, capable individual in the business. So like, if we take it from, let's take like a NASCAR F1 driver. I say, man, look, I'm efficient at driving this car. I can drive the car. We go out. Listen, I can promise you I'll get first place. I can drive the car. But those that are around me are saying, man, you got more than that. You should be creating it. You should be building.
Ooh, come on.
But I don't see that.
You know why we don't see it?
Tell me.
Because we in the frame.
Okay.
When we in the frame, if you inside the picture, you can't see it. Only the people outside the picture can see the picture clearly. So while we live in our little frame, that's why we can't see it. Because we don't realize how great we are to other people tell us.
Exactly. So for me, a lot of times I'm running from the fear of not living up to expectation.
I like that.
I'm being, you know,
even
though when I look at my life, I can say to myself, well, I've been successful. I've been successful here. I've been successful there. I'm still in in successful positions, running from the fear of not living up to other people's expectations.
Yes.
So that's a constant battle, constant.
And I think and I think that's everybody, because I mean, I'm always like, okay, but I'm like, people like, well, what's one of your goals? I said, one of my goals is to help 100 people become multimillionaires with their own brand.
Man, let me sign. Where can I sign up?
That's one of my goals.
Bring that list out.
That's one of my goals, because people are, we are in a society. I try to tell people, use social media as like a rented house. Let me explain. I only go to social media just to post and go. I don't got time to see what everybody else doing.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm posting and going.
If you worry about what they're doing, you ain't focusing on what you need to be doing.
I'm trying to make more videos. I'm inviting more people to the podcast. I'm working on my brand. I'm working on my courses. I'm writing my new books. I mean, I got other things I'm doing. So social media to me need to be limited to 1 hour a day. You know what I'm saying?
like the kids, right? The restriction, hour restriction.
You have to, because it will drain you though. So reading, how important is reading books?
It's super important.
What kind of books you used to read?
And I despised it growing up.
Why?
Listen, not even just growing up. I don't know. I think a lot of it, I think it's a cultural thing.
Okay, I got
just
you.
Culturally, most Black and brown people, we didn't grow up with books and things to read in the house, right? Mama, get outside. Don't come back in this house. Don't come back in here. But when it's, you better be back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm licensed.
You can't even go in and get some water. You got to go drink out the water hose, right? So it's not like we were sitting around and just reading, and and then the stuff that we were forced to read wasn't interesting to us culturally in school and stuff like that. So I grew up, I hated reading, and let me tell you, until just even a couple of years ago, even as an adult, I'm like, you give me something to read, going to sleep. Man, I can't sleep tonight. Just let me get this book real quick. Don't worry about it.
So I'm gonna tell you a plug though.
What's that?
A plug is called the name of it is called Speechify.
Speechify.
So it's $150 a year. I tell people, read 10 pages a day. 10 pages a day, you'll read 12 to 15 books a year. The average book, 200 pages. I know. I'm at about 900 something books right now.
Okay.
Now, this is the thing. Speechify, you take pictures of the pages. So it's going to probably, a 200-page book might take you about a good hour. Take pictures of the pages. And then every day when you ride in your car, when you hit play. Because it's going to read it to you. and then stop it, and you can highlight it. And when you highlight it, you know, I can remember this right here. And then it can even save the highlights as your notes. So that's just a plug, though.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take that.
Okay.
But I am reading now.
Okay.
I do read now because I see the value in it. So you know, you get to a point in your life where everything that you do is not about enjoyment. Some things are necessary. Right? If you're a parent out there, you know, you don't do everything because you want to.
Yes.
Some things are necessary, and I know the value in reading, and so. I just recently finished Drop the Mic by T.D. Jakes.
Love it.
It was a great book. I finished. It's called The Circle Maker.
Yes.
Man, that's a phenomenal. That was one that I was using as my daily devotional.
I got you.
So a lot of the books that I'm reading right now are a lot of religious, religion related books. But that's what I read. The associate pastor at the church that I attend, he has a book called the Adullam Experience, and it's basically like the manhood experience, if you will, for lack of better terms. And so I've started to read that. And again, I have to start reading. So I have my one and only book that's out. It's a co-author book.
Come on.
But it's out, and so I'm like, if I'm gonna be an author and putting books out, I gotta be reading.
Yes, reading is important. I tell everybody, man, because I'm so big advocate of like reading, because it transfers your thoughts, your mind.
Yeah.
Get rid of that radio, start listening to more podcasts, because we've been controlled by what we hear, what we see, stuff like that. And you look around, you're like, man, I see why these people are not successful. Yeah. And I don't like to downgrade people. I'm like, the reason why people they're wasting a lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot of time. So if you had $86,400 a day.
$86,400 a day. Okay.
How much would you try to spend every single day, and how much would you waste?
I had $86,400 a day. How much would I spend, and how much would I waste?
And the next day you're gonna get another day. You're gonna get it again. So every day you're gonna get the $86,400.
I'm at a point now. I don't.
So you would,
I don't want to say that I wouldn't waste any, but I am so focused on.
But I'm saying if you don't spend it, it's wasted, because
you're saying
it's coming back. It's coming back tomorrow.
Well, so okay, let me get. So I get $86,400.
Yeah. So
if
tomorrow, I don't spend the next day, you get another $86,400 the next day.
But couldn't I just save it up?
No savings.
Okay, so it's no savings.
No savings.
Well, I mean, I would use it. I'm gonna spend it all, because I know where it's gonna go.
So let me tell you now, you got 86,400 seconds a day.
What
are you doing with it?
Right?
Are you wasting it? Are you spending it? That's the mindset I want people. That's the shift.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, So that's why I wanted to ask you that question, so you can I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna make sure.
You're gonna spend it all. Yeah.
So the time.
Yeah.
Our time is more valuable than money.
Absolutely.
People tend to forget. Like, I had a guy, he said, man, I want to holler at you on the phone. I said, yeah, but let me send you my consultant thing.
Yeah.
How much, man? It's $75 for 30 minutes or $150 per hour. I can show you the plays me and my wife's running. We got multiple streams of income. Some you see, some you don't see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if you want to access to me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man. See, then he's like, all right, well, where the link at? But see, people love to call, pick your mind, pick your time, and you know your value. You know what I'm saying? Because we on the track of getting $1 million a year.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, like, get locked into what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to ask me? I got a couple more, because we're going to go back to that question, though. Anything you want to ask me? Because I like to turn the tables, too, because a lot of times I'm always asking the question. I'm like, man,
absolutely. So how did you and your wife, how did this start? How did this whole thing start? Because if you haven't been here, first of all, in their studio, it's phenomenal. No, it truly is. It's Lloyd told me that this thing was empty, blank canvas when they started, and you walk in and it looks like, because it was like a professional company came in and set this thing up. So it's definitely legit.
Appreciate it.
And I'm proud and happy for you, man, and wish you all the best. But how did this thing get started?
Well, we was in a house and we was doing podcasting, and people said, hey, can we rent your house out for the podcast? I'm like, whoa, what happened? So we let one couple rent it out.
Yeah.
They brought over, they was doing sports or whatever. We did that, and then I told my wife, you know what? People looking to do podcasting. And so now I didn't build a podcast 1 year membership for $2,500. I then got an ebook they can go buy for $47, or they can go buy the course for $297.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't build.
So the course teaches them how to start.
The course teaches them exactly how to start. The mentorship, they get to come here and record their first 2 episodes. And I give them everything in the course, and they get to work with me one-on-one so they can know how this works. You know what I'm saying?
See, now I got you driving more questions.
Come on.
Because I'm not a podcaster, but it's been on my heart for about 6 months, and I've just been jotting it down. Like, so again, I'm such an extreme runner.
Yes.
I'll be running, and I can still talk stuff into my text. I'll be on Zooms. Anyhow, I'll get these ideas, and so I've been jotting down ideas for. I was like, okay, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to start maybe a podcast type deal, but it was just never, it was never my thing, and so I don't want to jump from thing to thing to thing. But when the time comes, how is it that you make money from this though? It just seems like, okay, I'm gonna record a video, I'll put it on.
Nah, man, sponsorships.
Okay.
Also, we hide our content. So me and my wife.
You say hide it.
We hide it. So me and my wife post video. We post clips every week. You might be seeing. They can't watch them unless they pay the $10 a month.
Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
So once you get to 1,000 people paying $10 a month,
you
know what I'm saying. So then the money start to add up. You know what I'm saying. So we don't. And then, like I said, you got sponsorships, and then you get paid off YouTube ads and stuff like that. But besides that, though, the play is record content, show clips, hide them, make them purchase. First, we got criticized at first, like, man, y'all trying to charge people watch content? Damn straight. You watch you got cable.
Yeah. And that cable, you paying $300 and some dollars a month, right? Like,
so we giving you 10 videos a month, 33 cents a day to watch us, and we got people that they ask us questions. We like relationships, business. We show some behind the scenes. We doing a relationship series coming up next month. Yeah, that's how you make your money, man.
That's huge. I don't want y'all to miss what you just said, but that's huge when you just mentioned, people are like, I gotta pay. I think it goes back to what we talked about earlier. When you don't know your value and you don't know the direction that you're going, you'll just give your time and your talent, your resources anyway that don't even matter. Like you said, you pay for cable, right?
Yeah.
And you probably only watch about 2 channels, don't have no time to watch. You spend $300-$400 a month.
Come on.
But you won't come and spend $10 to get something that's
valuable.
You know what you're getting.
Yes.
Right? You know you're coming to my station because you say, hey, that's value to what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
But you won't pay $10 a month, which is, but we grow into that. We grow into that.
We grow into that. So that's what that's been our biggest thing. So then when they wanted to rent it, we was like, I told my wife, let's do it. She was like, I don't know. And then I was like, well, let's do it. We tried to start podcasting in 2018, and it was garbage.
Yeah,
boo-boo. But we mastered it. Because guess what? I invested thousands of dollars into other people that was already podcasting. And so now I'm like, okay, that's how they do it, but this is how I do it.
Yeah.
Now I go and get the 10,000 setup studio right here.
Yeah.
Now I can press this button, this go to you, this button go to me, this button, you know what I'm saying?
Legit.
Now it's just different.
We ain't got no people walking around in the background.
Yeah. So that's what it is, man. So we started this, and OM2H Creative Studios was created, and OM2H stands for One Marriage, Two Hustlers. You know what I'm saying? So that's like we on that hustle though.
Y'all got them acronyms, man. I gotta come on with
you gotta
acronym
come
now,
on
man.
with them acronyms.
Yeah,
that'll be key though. Acronyms when you start your when you got your nonprofit, it's having a key acronym. You know what I'm saying? So I got a game I call the word game.
Okay.
I give you a word and you tell me what you think it means. Mindset. What do mindset mean to you? It's good.
It is, because I can only think of the word mindset when I think of mindset. I think of two things come to mind when I think of mindset.
Okay, there we go. That's what we want to know.
Two things come to mind. I either think of growth mindset or deficit mindset.
I got you.
That's it.
Okay.
So when it's about mindset, either you're of a growth mindset or you're of a deficit mindset.
Okay.
And so you're going up or going down. So that's what comes to mind.
Entrepreneurship.
Opportunity.
This is right in front of us.
Yeah, it's there. I never thought I would go down the entrepreneurial route. Again, not only those decisions that I made in God's grace and favor, but I've lived in Austin since I graduated college. So
how's Austin though? How's living in Austin?
Again, it's not very. I love it.
My wife says she loves it too.
I love Austin.
We ain't lived there, but you be visiting. She say, hey, we might.
I absolutely love Austin. I have friends here. I have partners here. They get mad because, I'll be like, we'll be out together and somebody, where you from? I'm like, well, I just moved back to Houston, but I'm from Austin. It's like, man, you from here. Okay, all right. So I am from here, but my entire adult life has, since I left here at 17, I've been there, and we recently moved back here to Houston, about 2 years ago. But when I got here, most of my friends here are entrepreneurs, and so the more I hung out with them, the more we're talking and talking and talking and talking, and I'm just like,
I gotta hit it.
Yeah, so being around others that I see are doing it, changing your
dynamic,
right, changing your sphere of influence. I'm thankful that it happened. I'm thankful.
Family, what that mean?
Everything.
Come on.
Like that's really what comes to mind, man. Family means everything. Family is the inspiration. Family is the motivation, is the driver. Family is the safety net. It's the security. It's the peace. It's the hope.
Come on.
Family is everything. And so when I'm talking, from my wife, two young boys, my mom and sisters, my family, aunts and uncles. I mean, family's everything.
Your why?
That's it right there. So my why is it changes, and I feel it has to evolve.
All right, so hold on. Before you get too deep, I want to say this.
Yeah.
You know the acronym of why?
No. Here you go with the acronyms. You got it. All right, give me the acronym.
What's hurting you?
Oh.
What's hurting you is what pushed you to your destiny. All right, let's go.
Ooh. See, now you done changed up my whole why. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's the first time I've heard that. You changed up my why.
Okay.
What's hurting me? What's hurting me? What's hurting me?
And the reason why, I'm going to tell you why I asked that. What was hurting me was growing up in poverty, seeing my mom on food stamps.
Okay, got it.
That made me say, oh, no. I got to change the dynamic, and I have to be an entrepreneur. People used to laugh at me, man. I was like, man, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I started a business on Texas Avenue in Baytown.
I can remember you saying 18. That. I'm serious.
And people was laughing at me, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, but now I'm laughing to the bank. Y'all still working. You know what I'm saying?
So, I think a lot of people have that external why, the external motivation.
Yes.
Surprisingly, man, mine is all internal, or mostly. I don't want to say all. It's mostly internal.
Okay.
My why, what's hurting me is to be. If I'm being, it's guilt and shame.
I got you.
So guilt and shame.
That's good though.
For so many years not being what I could have been.
Ooh, come on.
Not living up to what I
should have
been living up to.
Come on.
Faking it.
Ooh, come on, talk about it.
So that's my why. I'm just like, no, I truly want to tap into my purpose and the man that God created me to be.
Yes.
For so long we say,
I know.
Black Baptist, listen, we grow up, I'm being the person, but it's a lot of it was a fake facade, and I played that role for so long.
It's a representative though.
And I'm like, now I got 2 boys, I'm like, no, I truly want to be the complete man that God designed for me to be, and that's my why. That's what pushes me.
So, denial. When I say the word denial, what do you say? I say, this is my acronym for denial.
Okay, all right.
Don't even notice I am lying. Ooh. People lie to themselves every day.
Okay.
Go ahead. Denial. What comes to your mind when I say the word denial?
I've been living in it my whole life.
That's good to know.
That's what comes to mind.
Come on.
That I'm still living in it currently right now at times. So that's something that I fight daily.
I think we all do.
Listen, that's been probably the number one internal battle of mine since I was probably about 13. And so and like you said, don't even know that you're lying.
Yeah.
When I know that I'm lying, but you convince yourself.
Yes.
It's deep. It's
deep.
And it will stifle your growth like none other. But once you recognize your value and who you truly are.
Yes.
And you do that by stop being in denial. This is who I am, but it's good enough.
Yes.
Right now. It's not where I want it, but I'm gonna be better. But right now, this is where I'm at.
And I think you just said something that was key. It's good enough right now.
Yeah, it's
because
good enough
we beat ourselves up so much, and we get in our own way of our success. And we like, man, I should have been. You know, I should have been like what I'm thinking. And so that's why I post videos unapologetically. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna post any kind of video. I don't care. I'm gonna speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I posted a video today that said, I don't like to exchange services. So stop asking me about, well, man, you could teach me how to brand myself, but I'll do some photos for you. I'm not interested in that.
Oh, no.
This my price. Pay my price, and I'm gonna pay your price with what you got. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not gonna be.
I like that.
You gotta be honest. That's the thing. It's like, you know, and I tell my wife this all the time. She's like, man, you just say whatever. I'm like, yeah, because I'm gonna say what people want to say, but they scared to say. That's why I like Kanye so much. Because he's like, man, I mean, they ain't gonna like me. It's what it is.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, and then they came back begging to him. They know they need. They know the leaders know you missing out on that money. You need to bring them back. Rich. What do that mean to you?
Well, I think the common answer would, you know, people put a figure on that. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. To me, rich is living the type of lifestyle that you want to live.
And you comfortable?
Yeah. And comfort meaning not complacent, right? But I'm comfortable. Like, I'm not depending on some check to come in to keep this up. Like, I know I've created a system. I know that I've created a brand. I know that I've created a company, whatever the case may be, that's going to continue. It's going to run because I've established it well. So to me, that's rich. Now, whatever that number is, you know, again, as a family, we love to travel. So our things, we invest in real estate, travel, spend time together as a family. If I can do those things and not have to worry about it, I'm rich.
Well, I think people need to understand that, because I got two acronyms. Rich stands for residual income creates happiness. So when you can find money that coming to you without you having to work for it, that's the real freedom. You know, I tell people that if you do your research, the average American only need about $4,000 to live. The average American.
$4,000 for how long?
No, $4,000 a month.
Oh, okay, a month.
To live. No. They need $4,000 a month to live comfortable.
So the average individual.
That individual needs $4,000 a month to live comfortable. The problem is we want beyond comfort. So it might take you $20,000 because you want to live a certain way. But that's why I tell people, you can be financially free. Just set your expectations to a reasonable goal. That's what made me walk away from the railroad. People like, man, you got benefits. I don't give a damn about that. All as long as I found something that could take care of my lifestyle, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I hear you there. When I left education, and people they couldn't believe it. 15 years, that retirement I took out. I'm like, I've learned how to put that money elsewhere that's going to continue to create money. And so that's what I talked about again when I said earlier about I educate people how to leverage home ownership to create passive income. Listen, especially you young folks out there, if you're not married yet, you can still do it, obviously, as a married couple. But if you're not even married yet, it's even easier. Man, it's so easy to create that passive income where you just got money coming in and you're not even.
And you said system, not acronym.
What's the acronym?
Save yourself time, energy, and money.
Man, he got this down.
Whenever you create a system, you save yourself time, energy, and money. Listen. One of my books is 77 acronyms of what people can use.
I wonder why. Okay. He set that up real smooth.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just what it is, though.
Save yourself
time, energy, and money. So create yourself a system, and don't be in denial. Everything else gonna come. I tell people, the problem with a lot of people, black people, we have a poor mindset. Poor stands for passing over opportunity repeatedly. It's a lot of opportunity come to us, but we just let them pass us by. So your mindset is poor. So I'm pretty sure I tell people, it's some plays you can run out here, but are you willing to run the plays and make the sacrifice? But we let the opportunity pass us by. We're like, damn, what happened? And one thing I learned about God, he gonna get his blessings in the world. Either he gonna use you, he gonna use somebody else.
Absolutely.
Because it'll be 5-6 years later, you be like, man, I had that idea 6 years ago.
So many times you hear that. Yeah.
God said, I gave it to you, but you didn't use it.
Yep.
And so what's your idea about competition? Do you worry about it or not really?
Do I worry about it? No, I don't worry about it. Competition can create complacency. I actually have this type of conversation with a good friend of mine daily. I won't throw no names out.
Yeah.
But we talk about that because it's like, well, so and so doing this, I want to go do that. Are they doing that? And I don't worry about that stuff. Look,
no.
What God has for me, I have truly gotten to the point.
Say that again.
Listen, at 40, what He has for me, which I know is great,
and you see it,
which I know is great, is for me. I don't have time to be.
I love that.
In competition with now again, healthy competition.
Oh yeah.
That's different. But I mean, when we're talking competition, like I'm comparing myself.
Oh yeah.
To no. I don't. No.
You know why?
But I have a competitive spirit by nature.
We all have our own DNA. You agree?
Yeah.
Acronym. Here we go.
Okay.
DNA. You are designed to notice your assignment.
Yeah.
The D is design. The N is notice. The A is assignment.
Okay.
When you know your assignment, there's no such thing as competition.
There's no competition. Yeah.
Because God already got it lined up. Walmart ain't worried about Target.
Yep.
Target don't care about Walmart. Lowe's ain't worried about Lowe's. About Home Depot. Listen.
The only competition is right here.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's your competition. So my oldest son, our 5-year-old, he asked me this every single time I run a marathon. Every time I run a marathon. Because he always thinks it's a competition.
Yes.
Daddy, did you win? I say, yep, I did. Oh, you beat all them people? I say, no. I beat myself. Like, running a marathon is a mental, let me tell you, it's not for everybody.
It's not.
It's not for everyone. And especially if you're setting goals to, reach certain times and whatever the case may be. So I tell him every time I finish one of those, I have won my mental battle. That was the competition within myself. And so I tell him that every time. Daddy, did you win? Yeah, yep, I beat myself. That's it. But
so it's it, man. Anything else before we close out? Any more questions you want to ask me, man?
No, I'm just ready to listen. We're gonna keep chopping it up after because I definitely want to connect, and collaborate. Again, man, I'm just happy for what you're doing here. This is phenomenal, and it was a blessing. You reached out to me. We hadn't even been discussing any of this.
Yes.
Reached out to me, and that's been a blessing. So, so I appreciate you having me. And anything I can do to pour and add to it, count me in.
So listen, man, y'all heard him. This is a great conversation. Like I always tell you guys, listen, go out and design your life, create your brand, but most importantly, leave your legacy with your own information and products. I'll see you guys in the next video.